Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Consider becoming a subscriber to the channel if you like the way that any of the information is being broken down, presented, or discussed, reviewed, preview, recap, any of those things. Hit the like button for me. Let me know what your thoughts are on any of this stuff. Huge fight night, man. Get into some bite down boxing talk. Like a lot of times in boxing, man, as we get to fight week and as we get to fight night, whether you're lukewarm on a fight or moderately excited about a fight, by the time we get there and then, we get through the final press conferences, stare downs, and definitely weigh in, you get excited, especially when you're talking about one of the premier fighters in the world. This week, tonight, we have Crawford. So that's dope. So I'm just going to go through a couple of points, try to keep this relatively short because there's not much to say here in all honesty. So let's look at the weigh-in. I thought the weigh-in was excellent. Shout out to both guys on being professionals. The Relentless program, the 30-minute Relentless program was pretty dope. I'm a little, on a personal note, I'm a little disappointed that Bud cut his twists off, and got cleaned up for this one. But, I guess that was, just the moment he was in during training camp and whatnot. But shout out to Brook, hadn't made 147 pounds in 3 years. Made it on the first weigh-in. He was bang on with his weight. So that's a testament to what he is or who he is as a man, as a fighter, and as a professional. And shout out to him for taking this challenge. He is 34 years old. He is 39-2. Both of his losses were stoppages where, his body, failed him. But he was giving a great account of himself. And, he's a tough guy. But to take this fight at this moment, to not have his longtime coach and Dom Engel, to come down to the weight, to come over here to the States, away from the UK and getting getting an advantage in it being his home court. I salute these guys, man. You can't minimize that. Also, and then it was a good amount of. I'm not one for all of the barking and the chatting and all of that. I mean, to me, if we have this is just my personal opinion. If we have a fight, we have two live guys. It's a 60-40, 50-50, 55-40. If it's a competitive fight, I don't really need all of the theatrics. But I think for the people that need that, for the people who are constantly on Bud about being dull or boring, I thought he showed, hopefully, that what he did do in talking some trash, being firm, barking a little bit, hopefully that resonates with those who were looking for that. These aren't two disrespectful guys, so I mean, it's hard to get anything really that really sizzles. Shout out to ESPN for continuing to do things right. Criticize how you want to criticize. Praise the ops, the other promoters out there, how they do their thing. Do whatever you want, whatever. But this is an excellent fight, and it's part of your cable package. So it's going to be the visibility there. It's also coming on the heels of the Lomachenko and Lopez fight. I thought it was a great job this week of placing these guys where they needed to be placed for people to get for the word to be gotten out. Another thing interesting in this fight, man, is maybe you're not noticing it, but rarely do we even see two brown skin or darker brown skin opponents face each other. Rarely. I know we had Spence and Porter last year, but at the world class level, we rarely even see that. So it's just something odd to me. You can make up your own advantages and disadvantages or similarities compare and contrast there. Say what you want, but it's something that we rarely see. And it almost makes you, I just think, if we look back at some of the great fights, the era of the Four Horsemen and all of that, what we saw Muhammad Ali do, we just don't see that type of dynamic as often as we used to. Last thing before I get into the fight, the analysis or whatever, or key things to watch for. I'm establishing it right now that Brook is 100%. We can't come back and say after the fight, win, lose, draw, whatever. We can't come and say Brook was washed. He looks in great shape. He's enthusiastic about this fight. He said all the right things. He's 100%. And we'll go from there. All right, so getting into the matchup. I'm taking Bud. I'm not going to hold you up on this. I'm taking Bud, whether it be by a later stoppage or by a decision. I would think it's going to be unanimous. I just think it's all in his favor, man. He's the better fighter across the board. The only thing that Brook really has going is he's fought a Triple G. He's fought a Spence. Bigger men at better opponents at bigger in bigger divisions. That's pretty much it. He's a solid boxer, very gutsy guy. He's big for the division, and he has experience. That's really all I give him. Like I said, solid boxer. Bud, he's gonna be coming off of a bit of a layoff. But I think one thing that's in his favor is he knows this is one of the rare opportunities for him to do something that's truly going to resonate with the boxing public. So he's looking to be exceptional tonight. He's looking to be great tonight. His keys, I think he should just be efficient. It's a little recurring theme of EFF. I think he needs to be efficient early, not take too many big shots, not allow Brook to build a lot of confidence and get to going. Be effective, be effective and efficient. And then also after round 6, if he doesn't sense to start earlier, add that extra effort in, get to them other gears, those higher gears that I don't think Brook can get to anymore. And then look to, with that effort, look to create a moment late where you do stop this guy and get a decisive victory. He's recently been moved into the number 1 spot at pound for pound. Do something that cements that, do something that gets the public riled up and vocal about the need for there to be a fight with Spence, a unification fight with Spence. I don't think it'll do any good, but hey. In terms of Brook, I've said this before, and the Dom Engel article that's up on Boxing Scene is even more of an indictment or part of the truth that's hard to ignore in this matchup. My opinion is Brook hasn't been the inactivity and to not look all that great consistently over the last 2 or 3 years is a problem for me. I don't know how you can come and be great against a guy who is highly regarded as Bud is. He's a number 2 pound for pound guy in the sport. He's been active. He's been doing great stuff. I think it's a plus for Bud that he fought a bulkier guy in Kavaliauskas. I think Bud's wrestling background, his commitment to being in the way that he's a gym rat, he leads all those guys that go to Omaha and Colorado to work with him. He actually loves and is committed to his work and being sharp. You watch guys like Adrian Broner, we just saw this with Tank. These guys have to be led to the water. Bud is the dude doing the leading. So I think that's a feather in his cap. But for Brook, he's never going to be in better shape in this fight than he will be early on. So in these early rounds, try to wisely, smartly do something meaningful as soon as possible. If you can get Bud's attention, cracking, make him respect your power, like I said, start to feel more confident, make him feel like you're a major test, keep him gun shy if you can, do it. It needs to be done. Second thing, fundamentals work. They always say that boxing is really simple. Keep it simple. Use your fundamentals. He's a very sound boxer. Just box. And then lastly, if you're doing all of that and staying relatively sharp, give yourself a chance to use that size, strength advantage that he thinks he has, and the experience in the bigger fights against bigger opponents. Give yourself a chance for all of that stuff to be a factor late. There is a chance Bud can get he can have lapses in his focus or being defensively responsible. So you might be able to hit him. Like the wire, if you do get a chance to run at the king, better not miss. Be accurate with your bigger shots. And try to be there late for a decision or stop it yourself. That's pretty much it. I think it's going to be an excellent fight. I think, again, I didn't check what the lead-in is to it. I know it's a college football Saturday. Is there anything dope that lead into the fight? The card on ESPN Plus probably be capped off with the Joshua Greer Jr. fight against Edwin Rodriguez. Then Elvis Rodriguez opening up on on ESPN. Should be an excellent and exciting outing for him. And then you get the Maloney and Franco fight, which is should be a really good boxing match. And then we get to the main event, and I think it's gonna be dope for everybody that tunes in. That's it, man. My name is Wood. Bite Down Boxing. Don't let them count you out. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Enjoy fight night, man. Sincerely.